Hello everyone, and today I'm here to kind of share my point of view of what is happening in Nepal and why is that? It's because first of all, let me clarify that I'm not a political person at all. So it is not a political commentary. It is just my point of view, and it is because that as a citizen, I am also concerned about my nation and I'm concerned about our neighborhood, right? And Nepal, since I'm in Uttarakhand, I'm from Kumaon, Uttarakhand, and Nepal is a border area. I mean, we live in a border area of Nepal near Didihar, Joljepi, that is just adjacent to Nepal. One side of it, you know, that the other side is in Bihar and a lot of other areas also they border with Nepal. But since we as Uttarakhandi, share a lot of cultural, we do have similarities in culture, and in fact, as a matter of fact, our ancestor came from Nepal. That is true. So obviously, the concern that I have is that what is going on. First of all, it's very unfortunate, and second, what I think that it is an eye opener for our nation as well, and our political, big biggie, political people, businessmen, whoever. Although what I believe is that this kind of thing cannot happen in India because I trust, our fellow citizens, our young generation. They won't do something like that. It is very stupid. And at the same time, when I say it's an eye opener, it is because when there's, when something goes beyond your beyond the neck, when the waters are too high, then of course, then these kind of rebellion happen. And when the equation is not too good, and when the equilibrium between the rich and the poor is too vast, and there's disparity, so that is not good for the nation. So in a way, we have to kind of it's time to introspect that what is happening in our country, is it really good? What is happening in our state, our neighborhood, is it really good? And the people in power, they must understand that it can happen. Once it happens, then those would be the first, who would be targeted, who will leave, who would have to leave everything would change. And so it's high time that they put a curb on corruption. And if they're thinking that, the powerful people, if they think that what they're doing, they will continue to do so, unfortunately, time can change anytime. So we have to be, we like, it's time to reflect on our condition, as well as, it's time to pray for the neighboring country, because peace is the only thing that can, that is the ultimate goal of humanity, and everybody wants to grow and prosper. And in Nepal, I know that the disparity is too high, because there are people who come to India, to our, small places like ours as well, to for work, and they do the work. All the roads which are built, and a lot of work which is done there, it is done by the Nepalese people. So, and at the same time, there are other, elite class of Nepalese, who are living the luxurious life, and and although very few, but those are the ones, who are the powerful ones. And in Nepal, one thing I also noticed, one more thing, that which is, there's a huge cultural shift, that is going on, because Nepal is supposed to be a country. Nepal was a country which was very pure, very, clean-hearted people. Very, you remember that in India, and anybody would hire as a watchman, it would be a Nepali, because there was a trust. But what is happening? I mean, that is not a bad thing to look upon. It is a good thing. I mean, that was in the past, but now I know that Nepal is, the Nepalese people, they are not just watchmen. They are much, they have evolved, and they are educated. They are very good people, and very intelligent as well, and very talented. But there's a shift. What I have noticed, that many people are shifting to the Western culture. They are affected. They are kind of influenced by the Western, philosophy, Western thought, Western way of living, which is happening in India also. And well, in my point of view as well, after spending so much time, in terms of living almost 39 years, so I know that at certain age, there's, we get influenced a lot, but eventually, it is like a circle that all of us, have to come back to where we started. We always come back to like our roots, and if we don't, then we are doomed, right? So this is, I think, what happened in Nepal, also what is happening in, just not in Nepal, but in our country as well, that we are getting too much influence. We are getting, too much westernized, and forgetting our roots. And if this keeps happening, I mean, that's very unfortunate, and eventually, we can suffer. So I hope that it doesn't happen. We come back to the roots. We know what we are, and also at the same time, we do what is needed, keeping the pace with the current times. And yesterday itself, I was watching a video which was telling about which are the 40 jobs that will go away in a way, due to the evolution of artificial intelligence. And those are many white collar jobs. Even mine is too. I mean, it is in a very critical situation at the moment, to be quite honest. But we have to be flexible, and I think it is high time, because there were 40 jobs that he explained. I'll attach the video link here, which are going to survive the AI era. And those are like the people who do the actual work, who are working on the fields, like the cement mason, like the barber, like the cook, or like the helpers, maids. I mean, you cannot replace them by AI, right? The physical work. So what AI can do is that it can help people to do the job better. It can make it easy, but those people, like the web developers, the coders, even the teachers, everything is now on internet through AI. I mean, it is in our on our fingertips. In a few seconds, you don't know anything about maths or economics or whatever, you can just ask ChatGPT or Perplexity or any AI tool, and it will give you the answer in less than a second. So these jobs are going to be at risk. So at this time of evolution, we need to be careful about that. The country, in order for the country to grow, we focus more on new things. We focus on the ways that how can everything can be integrated in a way that the jobs, a lot of people do not lose the job. At the same time, the ones which were very low paying jobs, like the maids, helpers, they are paid good, so that, and their work is regularized, it is streamlined, so that everything gets better. And in such a time, something like what is happening in Nepal is so unfortunate. Okay, so this is my point of view. This is what I wanted to say, that like I said, I care about my nation, I care about the growth of my nation, I care about the security of my nation, and I don't want something like that happening in our country. So hopefully we all understand, we have to be strong. We have a strong nation is the strength of ours eventually. If the nation is strong, we are strong. So we have to be careful. Okay, so just wanted to share this. Thank you.